thank you for joining us, Carla, so we can kind of discuss a little bit more about like your role working at the UCs and helping our 10,000 degree students. My name is Anna, and I am a college access fellow for Northern Sonoma. So I work at the schools of Elsie Allen, Pioneer, and Healdsburg. I was a 10,000 degrees alumni, and I majored in English and attended UC MERCED.
Hi everyone, I am also a 10,000 Degrees alumni and I am working in Sonoma Valley as a college access fellow. So I work in Creekside, Archbishop Hannah, and Sonoma Valley High School.
Hello everyone, I'm CARLA MORAN. I am the College Success Advisor that works with all the UCs. My office is in San Francisco. First of all, it was the school that provided me with more financial aid. And also it had a really good political science program. So I studied political science and I wanted to go into immigration law. And so they provided all the amazing classes that I wanted to take. And so that was kind of one of the main things. It was that it helped me financially, and also it had a lot of good opportunities for the major that I wanted to study.
So I went to UC Santa Barbara, and like Carla, it was also the best financial option. Also, I realized it was by the beach and that environment would make me happy. So that was another plus.
A lot of guidance. So I took 20 units my second semester of college and for my first year, and that was a lot. There was a lot of classes, especially because I took science classes, part of my general ed education, and so I fell into academic probation. I didn't know what that meant. I honestly thought that I was going to get kicked out of school right away. But it was just a challenge to navigate through the process of getting appeals and working to retake the classes. So that was kind of something that I didn't expect. And also the pressure that I had to be successful in all the classes that I had was just kind of an extra pressure. And so just being able to understand that that happens and that there are a lot of resources on campus that I could have accessed before even just falling into academic probation, or even just also talking to my advisor at school, academic advisor, to tell me like, oh no, let's take less classes in order for you not to put too much pressure or get a little bit overwhelmed with the courses that I would be taking.
One challenge I was not expecting my first year was like how often I had to like really step outside my comfort zone, not just like academically, but like having to be in charge of like what classes I wanted to take and having to like focus on time managing, but also like trying to like make new friends and like really step out of my comfort zone and like talk to people in my classes, like join clubs and activities to kind of start like building my own sense of community and like find like my group of friends at college.
I got a lot of scholarships, thankfully, and so that allowed me to pay at least my first 2 years of college without having to put that much pressure in my parents. But definitely, I also got a job on campus. I had the opportunity to have work study, which helped me also gain some money. But it was all relying on my financial aid office and telling them like, oh, you know, I kind of need more money, whether that was loans or just the different grants. That's a possibility that students can do to get more financial aid help.
Yeah, so my options to pay for college were also similar because I came from a low-income family and I was like the first person in my family to go to college. So it kind of was like up to me to understand like my financial aid package and figure out ways that I can pay that didn't depend on my parents who were already like taking care of like my younger siblings and like working like minimum jobs. So I also like was applying to scholarships that I qualified for, particularly those in my high school. Because usually those that you start like applying to locally, you have a better chance of being awarded those scholarships. And then I also like worked my third and fourth year in college as an RA. So that job actually paid for my room and board. So I didn't have to pay for like meal plan and my housing, which was really nice because that definitely like saved me a lot of money. And then I also took out like a dream loan, which is just like a loan that students that are undocumented can take out, but the money comes from the school rather than like the federal government. So I was take out some of that, but I was like really cautious about how much I was taking out because I definitely didn't want to have like a lot of loans to pay back after I graduated. One scholarship that really helped me a lot was the 10,000 Degrees Scholarship, because it was like renewable every year. So I was always able to get like depend on that to be able to help pay for like my books and supplies or like some of my tuition. And so 10,000 Degrees was like definitely a big help for me financially.
To really seek the resources that are out there. There's a lot of free things that you can take advantage of, just like the writing center, going to the library. There's different centers that provide you with free printing. And honestly, also going to your professor's office hours or TA's office hours. I know that it could be scary to and intimidating to go to your professor's office hours, like right when you're starting school, but honestly it does make a difference in the long run. And also it builds that comfort of seeking that seeking help when you are having issues with your classes or you're just not understanding the subject.
I would also agree with Carla. Familiarize yourself with the campus. And also a big piece of advice is to get involved your first year at a UC. It really helps with finding your social circle and becoming more comfortable with stepping out of your comfort zone and networking and finding people to hang out with or study with. So yeah, definitely get involved in clubs or like sports. Find out what's on campus and what you like and what you don't. It'll also help you learn a lot about yourself.
And sometimes the classes go a little bit faster than those students going to a semester school. Yeah, I think that's like one of the biggest things, just being able to organize yourself with your time.
Yeah, similar to Carla, definitely like time managing plays a really huge part in college and in quarter systems, but also like checking in with like their like academic advisors, so that way they are like making sure that they are on track to graduating and they're taking the right classes, especially since they're like registering for classes like so frequently. It's important for them to like be familiar with like what it is that they need to complete for their major and what are the major requirements. And then just like forming study groups, I think with students are also like really helpful.
Just because community is very important. And so if you're able to live on campus, do so. I know it could be a little bit expensive, but if you're able to, then do it. Living with roommates, I think it's also very important to build those community agreements when you're living with people that you don't know, just because you can have very different experiences.
I definitely agree. Set some boundary rules, like first thing first. And living on campus was definitely a huge help with like making friends and making it easier your first year. If you do get a chance to like make some good friends, living off campus might be a cheaper option if that's something you're looking into. Also, if you're having problems with roommates, I definitely recommend you talk to your RA and maybe look into if you can switch residential halls, because I know a lot of people who did that my first year, and it was a really good decision for them since it was affecting their mental health and their academics and things like that. So sometimes you can't fix it between you two. So just make sure to reach out for help and look at what resources are available to you. So you have a good experience while you're in college.
Thank you for joining us, Carla, to help us like be able to get to know you a little bit more and like hear like your advice on the UC system and just your college experience overall.
Thank you, Carla. Good luck to everyone going to a UC this upcoming year. And please reach out if you need anything. We are here to support you.
I definitely would encourage you to reach out if you're going to a UC. I'm here available. I definitely want to connect with you all and just, hear more and get to know you a little bit more.